We are going to talk about comparing the Chinese
and Japanese
cultures.
Girls, they love me.
Coming from a family of Asian immigrants, we have seen both the similarity and difference between both Chinese and Japanese cultures. China and Japan are alike, yet they are completely different from one another. Before there were the difference between the two nations, there were the similarity between the two nations.
First off, the main reason that both cultures are similar is due to Chinese culture having an impact on Japanese culture. One similarity would be the language. In the beginning, the Japanese did not have a written language. Japan would have its written language. Once the Japanese would interact with the Chinese and Japanese written language are similar to each other. Japan's kanji originates from Chinese symbols. Both China and Japan share the Buddhist faith. Though Buddhism has originated in India, it has spread to China. In turn, Buddhism was spread to Japan. Buddhism has very important parts in both Chinese and Japanese cultures. Confucianism has also played an important part of both Chinese and Japanese cultures. China and Japan have similar system of government. The Japanese followed the idea for its government from the Chinese imperial court. China has an emperor and Japan has an emperor.
The two cultures both have polytheistic religious feasts before the spread of Buddhism. China has its traditional Chinese religions and Japan has Shinto. Both faiths have a reality of duty.
Historically, both China and Japan had to deal with Mongol invaders. On the downside, China and Japan are notorious for two of the most no-crime syndicates. China has the ties with the Chinese mafia. Japan has the Yakuza, which is the Japanese mafia.
Most of the world martial arts styles have originated from China and Japan. However, China had an influence on the martial arts of Japan.
There was a serious law that from China to Europe and vice versa. In the case of Japan, it was isolated by a body of waters from outside.
In China, the emperor was the absolute fighter of authority. The Chinese emperor was given the mandate from heaven. In Japan, it was not the case until the Meiji Restoration. The emperor was simply a figurehead. The real power had belonged to the shogun, a military ruler. Japan was technically a junta.
Japan is a warrior state. China is not. What that means, all aspects of a warrior are celebrated in Japan. That is not the case with China. In Japan, various forms of fighting are respected. That is not the case with China. In Japan, professional fighters are regarded as celebrities. That is not the case with China.
Before the start of the 20th century, Japan underwent a speedy modernization of the country. That was not the case with China. Despite being isolationist in the past, Japan had a strong Western presence and influence. That was not the case with China. This is one of the biggest difference between Chinese and Japanese cultures.
While China had a strong influence on Japan in regard to martial arts, the style from both countries are different. In China there is Kung Fu. In Japan there is Bushido. In China you have Shaolin monks. In Japan you have samurai. However, the technique in the Chinese martial art are fluid and circular. The technique in the Japanese martial art are solid and structured. This is the traditional rivalry between Kung Fu and Karate.
Chinese and Japanese dishes are different from each other. Many of the Chinese dishes require a lot of frying. At the same time, many of the dishes are spicy. It is not the case with Japanese dishes. Certain types of Japanese dishes tend to be raw. While China had the egg roll, Japan has sushi.
The modern day culture, the video gaming scene is big in Japan. It's not the case with China. Today, Japan is far more westernized. China is just starting to catch up with Japan.
It's not working, so stop fronting. I know you want me, let's start talking.